Democratic Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz is a close friend of Gabby Giffords and joins me now. It's great to see you. Thank you so much, Congresswoman.
Thanks,
so I don't know if I've kept up with you. Who is your seatmate tonight?
I actually have
for the prom?
two. I have two. I'm sitting with John Culberson of Texas and also Dan Webster, my colleague from Florida. And I'll also be sitting with the Congressional Women's Softball team, which, as you know, since you were our announcer, is bipartisan.
Is not only bipartisan, but is terrific. I mean,
yes.
It's great athletes there. Let's talk, though, about the symbolism and the substance of mixing it up. You won't have the ups and downs and people, shouting in a wave-like fashion, but does it matter? Is this a sort of getting to know you, or is it the first step towards trying to work across the aisle?
Well, a lot of people have just called it symbolism, but I really think it's a first step towards us building relationships with our colleagues across the aisle as individuals. I mean, it's going to be, I already have a good relationship with both John Culberson and Dan Webster. Dan was the Speaker of the House when I was in the State House, and he was always good to me. We have a good relationship to begin with, and I think a lot of us just want to be able to take that next step and go beyond the speech tonight and see how we can work together. And if you spend a good hour or so together listening to the President of the United States address the nation, then the next step is, well, how can we take what he's asking us to do and find a way to create some common ground and work together and make it happen?
And when you look at Culberson's record, Culberson voted against health care, in favor of repeal, against the DREAM Act. I mean, I can't think of anything that you two agree on.
Well, actually, I can tell you there's quite a bit we agree on. We're both the parents of young children. We work together on internet safety. He's my Republican sponsor on an internet safety bill. We served on the Appropriations Committee together and have worked quite a bit on appropriations legislation. So there's, on the surface, it may not seem like a very conservative member and a liberal member have much in common, but when you get to know each other as individuals, you find you're able that there's a lot more common ground than you might think on the surface. You just have to try.
Well, I don't know if you've been able to check or if there's any information coming out of Houston, but have you any update for us on the fluid that we know was concerning doctors, because it is a side effect of this kind of brain trauma and was one thing that was keeping Gabby Giffords in the intensive care unit?
I actually just talked to Mark about 30 minutes ago. He called me. We had a good long chat about Gabby's progress. She's making significant progress. They expect that shunt is going to be removed very soon, and that she's going to be able to start full-time physical therapy any day now. So the progress has been remarkable. So
he thinks that Mark Kelly believes that the shunt is going to be able to be removed this week.
From what I understand, yes. I don't think that's official. That hasn't been absolutely confirmed, but they are hopeful that they'll be able to do that.
One final question about Paul Bachmann's speech tonight, because in addition to Paul Ryan giving what you would expect is the Republican speech, we're told that Michelle Bachmann is going to be speaking for the Tea Party group, for the Tea Party caucus. And when I asked Amy Kramer from the Tea Party why two speeches, isn't this dividing the message and emphasizing the schism on the Republican side, she said, we are not Republicans. Is this the best thing that could have ever happened to Democrats?
Well, I think it is pretty interesting that the Republican response by Paul Ryan is not good enough for the Tea Party activists, and I think it shows just how deeply divided the Republicans are. I've never seen in the 20 years I've been involved in the political process that there's been more than one response to either side's presidential State of the Union address. We have differing opinions in the Democratic Party, but we don't have a blue dog response. We don't have a progressive response. We have the State of the Union, and then we have the Democratic response when there's a Republican president. So I think it shows the deep divisions that exist, and that the Republicans are really not able to be on the same page, and it's shades of things to come as they move forward.
And we'll be talking to Republican Congressman Mark Kelly about that coming up next. And thanks very much to you. Have fun tonight.
Thanks. Looking forward to it.